Hey guys, Lightning here, back with another Team Fortress 2 commentary, and today we are, well, it's New Year's Day, so we're not really doing anything, I would imagine, unless you have plans for the holiday. And speaking of the holiday, I hope you guys had a good one. I hope you had a wonderful 2013, and I wish you nothing but success and joy and happiness in your 2014. And speaking of 2014, this is the time of year where people really sit down and take a look at their lives and figure out what needs to be changed and what kind of resolutions they can come up with to just improve their lifestyle overall. And that's what the topic of today's video is going to be, New Year's resolutions. Now I will be happy to tell you about mine, both for gaming, for the channel, or just for real life in general. But if you want to tell me your New Year's resolutions down in the comments below, be sure to do that if you feel comfortable with that. So moving on here, my first resolution, and this mostly pertains to you guys, is to expand the channel, to make the channel something better, make it something new, I guess you could say. I've had 4 years on this channel, and I wouldn't trade any of that in for the world, but I feel like it's time for, a little bit of a change. It's time to see what I can really do with this channel, and I feel like the past 2 years this channel has gone absolutely, well, I'm not going to say absolutely nowhere, because there have been a lot of interesting things that have popped up. But for the most part, it definitely hasn't gone where I want it to go, completely. So, expanding the channel, seeing exactly what can be done with it, and what kind of projects I can come up with, what kind of ideas I can complete, is certainly something that's on the desk for 2014. Now, the next thing is just trying new things in general. Now, this doesn't even have to pertain to the channel. It could pertain to games, it could pertain to food, it could pertain to anything, just new. I feel like the past few years of my life have been so the same, so devoid of anything that amazingly new and interesting, that it's time to make this year, well, full of new and interesting things. So that is definitely something I really, really want to try to do. I don't know where I'm going to start with that, but I'm sure I can figure out something. The next part is kind of, I don't know, maybe a darker subject, I guess, but it's just to try to be a happier person, try to live a happier life than I have been in the past few years. I've experienced a lot of things in my life, a lot of not so great things, and maybe I'll go into detail about that some other day. But the point is, I've really struggled with different forms of depression throughout the past few years, and unfortunately, that's led to just a really, really just kind of sad look on the world, a sad point of view, and just overall negativity. And I really want to try to beat that. I really want to try, even if the negative things happen. In fact, I can think of plenty of negative things happening in my life right now that I'm still not overly thrilled about that are happening. But I'm going to try to look past it, whereas the old me would just be like, everything sucks. I don't want to do anything today. I'm just depressed and bored. No, I don't want to do that. I feel like I've done that for too long. I feel like it's time for a change. I want this to be, I've been calling it the groundbreaking year, where I can lay down the foundations this year for greater and better things, more success in the years to come, 2015 and so on. By the end of this year, I want to be in a place where I can say I'm happy with it. I can say that I'm decently happy with my life, and while I don't know where things might be going in the future, I can say that I've at least worked towards something, and that should account for a lot, I guess, so. And finally, the last big thing I can think of, I'm sure I'll come up with more resolutions as the weeks go by, but the last thing that I want to talk about is just becoming stronger. Now, I don't mean like stronger as a person, I mean like physically stronger. As I mentioned before, I kind of suffered from a lot of medical issues in the past few years, which has really left me kind of not the strongest person in the world. I'll just put it at that. So I really just want to become stronger. I really just want to get back to where I was before so many of these things hit. And unfortunately, you just got to deal with that. But you know what? I'm willing to try. I've been trying to exercise at least for an hour every day. Now, that, I don't know, some people say that's a little much and you should take it in baby steps, but I don't know. So, I guess that's my final resolution. And, actually, no, I have another one. I don't know if I'm actually going to do this or not, but I had an idea for, like, sort of like a mini, like, I'm not going to call it a diary, but just kind of keeping track of the days, like the things that I do. I was going to call it, like, Lightning's Log and, like, post it on Twitter. Be like, here were my thoughts for today, and here's something interesting that happened that I thought I would talk about. So, I don't know, I would like to kind of keep track of the days of this year and the interesting things in my life in some sort of, like, written form. I don't know if I'll actually do that. I guess I'll find out tonight. But anyway, guys, that's going to pretty much do it for this video. Unfortunately, I don't really have a lot of time to really make a video today, but I really wanted to put out something. I have a few friends coming over for dinner tonight. Christian cosplayers coming back over, and we're going to do some more recording. And speaking of recording, I actually do want to get your opinion on something. When it comes to Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, if you watched that video last night, I told you we were working on it. But would you rather us continue recording the Japanese version of the game, or would you rather we just wait and play the PlayStation 3 2.5 remix version that comes out later this year? Personally, like, we're not far into the game, where we're not even at the first world yet, in terms of recording. This project's had a lot of ups and downs, so it's had a lot of delays. So, would you guys rather wait and see us play the English version when it comes out shortly thereafter? Or would you just rather us continue what we're doing and just deal with the Japanese version? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, guys, this is pretty much the end of the holiday season. I hope you had a wonderful holiday. Hope you had a wonderful year last year. And let's continue on for better and brighter things in 2014. Bye-bye.